Oh, good evening everybody. Let's just put that down here a minute. I had to think what time it was then. This is an unusual time, 7 p.m. That looks a bit blurry to me, but hey ho, I'm going to carry on regardless. I'll wait for you to all get logged in. Is it blurry? Should I log out and start again? Bloody cameras. I'll wait for you to all get logged in before we decide what to do. This camera does my head in. Hi Alison, let me get a drink while I'm waiting for you all. Oh, that's lovely. Hi Sue. Hi Emma. Hi Sarah. Hi Nicola, Davina. Right, how does the screen look to everybody? Is it okay? Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it looks okay. That's fine by me then. That's fine by me. I'll just wait till everybody gets logged in, as long as it's okay for you all. It's strange because I've got 3 lights above me, but I've also got a massive 10-foot window on the left and all the sun is shining in. And I think the combination between the sun and all these lights is what makes the camera. I wonder what's happening. Hi Trudy. Lost track of time. Oh, bless you, darling. I have colouring in. Hi Sandra. Hi Rose. Hi Lee. Hi Emma. Linda. Judy. Davina I've spoken to. Looks lovely. I'm nearly 100% Alice. Thank you. Hi Teresa. These stamps are amazing. In fact, if truth be known, I've already texted Trudy not long ago to tell her I love these stamps. Hi Diane. Hi Angela. Hi Bob. Hi everyone. Right. Okay. So everybody's saying that the screen is okay. Right. I haven't had my tea yet, so I'm going to fly through this. Might get turned off if we're having thunderstorms. Yeah, I think we've got one due. Hi Wilbur, hi Josephine, hi Jean. Right, okay, so let's quickly go through these. So hopefully some of you saw Julia's Facebook Live this morning. These stamps are amazing. Trudy has done such a good job. If cutie is your thing, you will not go wrong with these stamps. I love them because there's something a bit different from Trudy. And you know what it's like. Cutie is always popular. Thank you, Rose. Almost 100%. Oh, don't tell me that, Emma. I'm starving. I've never stopped all day. Yeah, so Cutie can be for everybody. I love these. In fact, for the people that have followed me for years and years and years that used to come to my workshop, you will know that I used to love all the Lily of the Valley stamps and Teddy Bear. Hi, Bev, and hi, Chrissy, and all the cutie characters. And I think that's from my love of colouring in. So I think this is why I love these stamps. So Trudy, I'll go through them with you. When Trudy was talking about these, we looked at the size, and we're always conscious that people say that some of the other stamps are too big. From the train, where are you, Billy? Hi, Kerry. Hi, Jackie. Janice has already ordered. So what Trudy's done is we've made these in A6 size, so they're perfectly sized for smaller cars, your little A6s, even smaller if you want. But for somebody like me who likes to do big cars, what that does is it gives me loads of freedom. Oh, Janice, you are naughty. You watch me, but you're in a committee meeting. That's brilliant. So it gives you loads of scope for creating all your fancy embellishments and your flowers and that. So let's quickly just run through them. Just had meatballs now. I'm having a cuppa and a Twix. Well, I've got my coffee. So we'll go through these. So you've got five main characters, and then Trudy's done the minis, which I'll get to in a minute. So there are 10 stamps. Hopefully you can see that. It does look blurry on my screen, so hopefully it's okay for you. Hi Caroline. Hi Anna. So there are 10 stamps in this. So this is obviously the bunny. Trudy, as ever, has coloured the packaging in. So as soon as you get these home, straight away you've got some idea of how to colour them in. And then, of course, it's artistic licence. You can do whatever you want. I know that either Joanne or Lozzie has coloured the squirrel in pink. And it looks amazing. So this is the bunny. And as ever... Oh, that's my mask. Let me just take that out. Because I've used the bunny already. Let me just take that out. Come on, little bunny. Come on, little bunny. There we go. So this is the bunny. And you can see it's a decent size, and then you've got loads and loads and loads of extras, what everybody's calling worker stamps these days. Very cleverly, Trudy's done these so that they all mix and match with each other. So you've got that gorgeous corner stamp, and then you've got lots of little flowers and little flowery sprig things. Oh, and two little dinky butterflies. Yeah, so that is the bunny. I'll whiz through them quickly. The fox, I absolutely love this fox. Menus to demonstrate. That's. Do you know what, Judy? Was that Do Crafts? That's crikey. That's going back donkey's years. Love this fox, and we are using the fox for tonight's demo. I've already coloured him in, and I'll show you in a second, but I am going to colour him again for you. So can you see Trudy's even got some little flecks in here? I'm going to show you how to achieve that. And again, lovely size stamp. You've got the flowery embellishments, but this time you've got a lovely arch with the extras. So straight away you're good to go straight away with these. Then you've got the owl, and I know everybody loves the owl. It's just so gorgeous. I'll turn it around so you can see the size. So the owl is sitting on a branch with the little flowery things and some pretty loopy things. Loopy things. And you've got two corners in here. So the fox that I've used tonight, I've actually used the corner from the owl, and that just shows you how these are really good to mix and match. You already know you're going to have so much fun colouring these in. There's no space left in these stamp sets. Absolutely packed. Look at that. Is that not just absolutely gorgeous? The mouse, and you've got these beautiful big floral things here, and the butterflies again. So you already know, looking at that, it's going to fit into ovals, into circles, into any shape topper. So you've got that one there, and look at him. I love the squirrel. We've got squirrels in our garden, so I absolutely love him. I love them all. So you've got the squirrel as your main focal point. You've got the extra little acorns. He's holding an acorn, and then you've got this swooping, you could use that on the corner or create gorgeous borders with it, floral element. So that one has 11 stamps. And then what Trudy's done, which I thought was really, really clever, she's created the mini. So these are all the opposite way on. So if I just bring the squirrel in, look, you can see that his acorn is facing the right on the main image, but on the mini it's turned round, his tail's on the other side. So it's the same image but smaller. I'll just show you how much smaller. Can you see that? Yeah, so you can see the main image is well, much bigger. And the idea behind that was you can create your own backgrounds with that. You can add embellishments to tags and so on and so forth. So you've got a mini version of all 5 characters and extra floral elements. So all together as a collection of stamps, that is incredible. Let me just keep the fox to one side because I am going to use him in a second. So pop the fox there, pop the others to one side. Oh, it's just gone really dark over here. And then these papers, oh my word, these papers are stunning. So I'll just quickly flick through. I'm not going to spend forever on these. So you've got 5 different colorways in here. So if you've got your notepads ready, I'm just going to tell you, Trudy has very cleverly designed these to complement cardstock that we already have in our premium cardstock range. So you've got the coffee bean, you've got the almond hue, you have the new honeydew whisper, you've got the vanilla cream, is that right? Vanilla cream, yeah. And then you've got the last one there, which I'm trying to think what that one here is. Trudy will tell me because I forgot. But you've got a paper there that matches one of our cardstocks. So you've got the pattern background, you've got the wood grain, you've got this beautiful floral one, and then you've got the ginghams along the bottom. So I'm just going to flick this through. You probably won't be able to see the colours very well on my camera because the sun's shining on them, but I'll just quickly flick through. So you've got the beautiful gingham. Look at that. Are they not just absolutely beautiful? The colours are gorgeous. And just flick. Look at the wood grain. I've used the wood grain for tonight's demo. Oh, look at that. Lush. And then you've got the characters. So you've got a full background done already in the different colour. Oops, that's for me to show you in a minute. So that is the paper pack. As ever, it's the 40 sheets, and it's the same quality papers that you expect from us. Warm stone, that's it. Warm stone, almond dew, pistachio, vanilla cream, and honeydew whisper. Thanks, Trudy. Although I've used coffee bean. I've used coffee bean with that, so a lot of the cardstock will coordinate. Right, so that is that. That is that. We are using, when I find it, the Fox, like I said, and I'm going to stamp and show you what I've already done. So this is the one that I've coloured in for my card tonight. I've already done this because it would take me too long to do it all, but I am going to do the Fox live for you just to show you how to do that. It was Do Crafts. I still have some of the bits from that range. Wow, crikey, that's going back so long ago. That's what I started with. So we've got the Fox. I'm going to show you how to do the Fox. Remember, I showed you in the Fox stamp, you've got that floral element at the top, but I've used one of the corners from the owl, and I'm just going to bring that in. So I've put glossy accents in the center of the flowers, and you can see I've done it all in reds and oranges and browns. Yeah, these are so easy to colour in, so easy. And I've used the Colour Radiance Alcohol Markers, which is what I'm going to do tonight. So before I carry on, I'm just going to do this for you. If I get time, I will make a list, but I'm just going to do this for you so you can take a screenshot. And these are the colours I've used for tonight. I'll just hold them for a second. Yeah, but I will, and I'm sure Trudy will make you some lists of colours that work really well. Easy to colour in these as well. I must say it took me about half an hour to do this box, but I think that's because I was enjoying myself so much. So important to remind you that we are using the alcohol pen, so you need to use the silky smooth brilliant white cardstock, because that is designed specifically for, oh my god, Emma, Olympia. Oh my god, that's going back years and years and years. I was with Claire Curd. I don't think we were behaving either. Me and Claire were naughty together. And Sheila Halliwell. So remember, you need these silky smooth brilliant white cardstock for alcohol markers. It's on the website, but get yourself some before you start colouring. So let's get cracking. So I'm going to use my stamp press just because, yeah, that's what you call it, isn't it? The stamping platform, that'll do. Just because it's easier. I'm not going to do all the corners. I'm literally going to do in fact, I'm going to do him on a different shape, because I can use this. I can use it again. So I'm going to do him on the charmed labels. So all of these images will fit within just about all of the charmed dies. What do you mean, Janice? Oh, crikey, Emma, that's going back donkey's years. Donkey's years, wow. Oh, good old days, eh? How things change, Emma, eh? Right, so we're going to pop the fox on, and we're going to pop him straight in the middle. Him or her, it depends. It's up to you, it doesn't really matter. I'll pop him straight in the middle. So I'm going to do him on this shape, the label shape, because I will make another sample at some point with this. Right, let me just get my ink pad. So Memento Tuxedo Black. Do you know what, Bev? I don't think I ever have. For all the people I've ever worked with, I don't think I've ever behaved. Life's too short. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black, but remember, if you've got the brown or the toffee one, they're really good for this range of stamps as well. So let's just pop that on, and we'll ink him up. Crikey, Emma, Olympia. I can't, that's, wow. I'm trying to think how long ago that was, Emma. That must be, oh crikey, that must be a good 8, 9, 10 years ago, maybe. That was in the very early days, so it'll be even longer. So let's just stamp our little fox. So I'm sure Trudy, when she gets chance, will give you some hints and tips for fur and things like that, because there's a couple of, I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's just so fabulous. What a clean stamp. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Trudy will at some point give you some hints and tips for colouring fur, because there's a couple of different ways you can do it. Oh, hang on, I've got my leg wrapped around my chair. Sorry, everybody. 12 years, crikey. 12 years, Emma says. So I would have only been about 18. Oh dear. Right, let's just pop that out of the way. So we're going to go through the pens. Let me just get a drink. That's really exciting, isn't it, looking at the map? What I'll do is I'll do each section and I'll bring it in closer to show you every time I do a bit. That looks really blurry. Oh, you're not useless, darling. You're not useless. Well, you're tapped. I'm tapped. I am tapped, you're absolutely right. It helps in this business. So remember to use your mementos with this. So I'll just show you again, see if I can get the camera to focus a bit better. There we go. It's not helping because I've got lights everywhere. Let me shift that. Oh. That'll do. That will do. So remember, for those of you that have bought the collection of the Colour Radiance pens, you will have had your charts and hopefully you've filled them in so you've got all your colours here. So this gives you a really good guide straight away before you start colouring in. So I already knew that this is the area that I wanted, these are the colours I wanted to be using. It's always a good reference point when you look at your chart. Makes the job a bit easier. So I know I need this one, that one, and that one, and that one. So these are the 4 pens that I'm going to use for the fox. So I've got 14, 97, 103 and 95. So different people will teach you different ways. You can just see the sun shining in now from the left. Different people do this in different ways. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with. But I'm going to leave that one for now because that's a really bright orange. I'm going to start with the lightest of the beigey brown, burnt brown colours. I'm just going to get a scrap of alcohol card. Hang on. So I always tell you to do this, and you know that I always do this when I'm colouring with the alcohol markers, just so I've got a little scrap of the same cardstock so that I can test the colours. And that's what we're going to do first. So remember, when you're taking your lids off, screw the lid off. Yeah, don't just pull it, just in case you've got too much in, and that is the one I want to go with. So I'm going to go in with this one first, and I'm not going to colour all of him in. I'm literally going to go around the edge. What these pens do take a bit of getting used to because the nib is so fine, but it also means you don't need to colour in circles. You don't have to. You can just do lines, and because of the nib look, it actually, I mean, if you look at that, it's actually better doing the line than it is doing the circles. Yeah, it just makes it easier. It's just a different way of colouring in. So I'm just going to go from his nose, and apologies because you know I'll go quiet while I'm colouring. So all I'm doing is I'm just doing the darker areas where I know it's going to be darker first. Not that it particularly matters with these images because they're so easy to colour in. Oops, it's a good. I've gone into his chest, which is a bit silly, but it won't matter. He's going to have a grey chest by the time we've done, which is the same as mine. So don't forget, Julia is launching these on what do you call it, craft store tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Judy Smith, not sure what I'm watching on anymore. So I'm literally just adding colour to the outer edges, and I'm not worrying too much about it being neat because this is almost like a base coat, if you like. So I'm just getting that a bit thinner, taper that down. I'll just do a little bit in there. I'm talking to myself now. This is why these flexible brushes, although they do take a bit of getting used to, they are actually really fab. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there because I know I'm going to be using that in a second. So that is the first, that's as much as I've done with the first layer. You're working, oh, I'm sorry, I think Facebook is trying to save you money. I've lost the thread with what you're working. Will it work? Let me see. Throws you out. Trudy, what's normal? You need to be crazy. Yeah, you do. Sorry, I'm just flicking back through. Trudy, you're never going to be normal, darling. You're on my team. And let's face it, normal is overrated. Right, so that's the first layer. And then I'm going to go in with my next darkest colour. I mean, I know which one it is, but I'm just going to show you. So that was the first one. And then we're going to go in with that one. I don't know why I've just put the lid back on. So generally I just do a little bit less of each time I go on with a darker colour. I do a little bit less. I've left his ears, I will come back to his ears. You're all missing Emmerdale for this. So this is where you start to build the tones up and the shades. Oops. You can't actually do this wrong, so don't put pressure on yourself. This is my favourite part, when it starts to look messy. And I love getting lost. In fact, if Bev tells you the truth, she was messaging me earlier and I said to her, I'm colouring the fox in, and it's just so nice to get lost in colouring in, mindful. Okay, so that'll do with that. I'll just bring that in and show you. So I haven't covered up the first colour. I've kind of done half of what I'd already done. Can you see? Oh, thanks, Chrissy. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Caroline. They do. I will be honest with you. These pens are amazing. They do take a bit of getting used to because we're all used to, even with Copics, the Copic nib. Although these are quite, you have to be very gentle with these. The Copic nibs are firmer, so you've definitely got more fluidity with these. However, you do need to be careful because fine details do take a bit of getting used to. But I love that you can just do a line and you're good to go. So I'm now on my last colour, and I'm going to do the same again, and then we'll start filling in. So I'm just doing this quickly. Entirely up to you how you colour your stamps in. If you want a pink fox, you do a pink fox. Nobody's going to judge you for it. Well, I might if I see it, but in a good way. Okay, so that will do nicely. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start adding the flicks in. So obviously I've left his chest because we know it's going to be white, yeah, or it's going to be warm grey by the time we've finished. So at this stage, which is exactly what I did with him, this one, is when I start adding the flicks, which is what makes it look like he's got flicky hair. Good for flicking, they are good for flicking, Bev. And who doesn't like a good flick? So so what I'm going to do first is I'm doing this in reverse. So I'm going in with the darker colour first, and I'm just going to flick. So one of the things I found easier is to flick in the direction that he's going in, and I'm not worried about these being fine or thick. It really doesn't matter as long as we've got some flicks going in, because this is just layering, the same as we do I suppose with inks. We're just adding some layers in. Let's just go down here. Sorry, you've lost me while I'm flicking. Oops, doing that the wrong way. Somebody's on one of them stupid motorbike things. So I'm literally not worried, not concentrating. I'm literally just flicking. Doesn't matter if it's a bit thick, it doesn't matter if it's thin. Really doesn't matter, because this is where the fun starts. So we're going in reverse. So that was the darkest. Then we're going in with the next one. So 95 is the darkest, 103 is the next lightest. And now I'm not going over, but I'm just filling in areas. Oops. Sorry, you'll be seasick by the time I've done. You can also do fur in dots. Now remember, Trudies shown you how to do this with the dresses on the Art Deco ladies, so it looks like it's glittery. You can see how this is going to come. You can see how this is going to come together. Oops! Look at my mat. Oh, I love my DC Judy. Have you watched the new thing on Netflix, Jupiter Ascending or something? I've started watching that. Anyway, so that's this stage, and I'm now going to go in with the bright orange. So it's called Vermilion on here, but it is actually a very, very bright orange, and I don't want this as a top coat, which is why I'm going in now. And I am literally going over, I'm flicking, but I am going over lots of it at the same time. I'm not filling it in, I'm just going over all the colours that are there, just to add some of this intense orange. Which will be toned down by the time I've done. I always turn the image round, can you tell? Okay, so let me just show you that. I may as well show you at each stage. Judy, well, it's so easy to do this. Oh no, I liked it, Julie. Well, I'm only on episode 4. Yeah, I like Arrow as well. That's finished now. Dynasty, I love Dynasty. It's not been back yet. So we're at this stage now, look, and then we're going to continue filling in. So I'm going to the lightest colour, number 97. I better do his ear, aren't I? Let me just do his ear. Poor love won't have any ears. And then continue to fill in. So I'm literally just flicking over where I've been already. Remember, this is the lightest of the 3 colours, or the 4 colours. So it's the first one that I used. And I am still flicking. I'm not colouring in like this. I am still flicking. So I'll show you this in a second. So what happens is, as I'm going over the bright orange, it tones it down and starts to blend into the background. Oh, that just looks so fab. Trudy, I think the fox is my favourite. I'm saying that, I love the squirrel as well. I love them all. Right, so we're at that stage now. Just remember, little tip for you. Remember, when you're laying down lots of colour, obviously you can see it's coming through the back, which is what this cardstock is meant to do. Yeah, Julia, I agree with that. I agree with that. In fact, she's going on my nerves already, and I'm only on episode 4. So at this stage, remember, we've got quite a lot of colour on there. So I'm just going to give that a second to dry, and I'll colour his nose in. Or I would do if I'd got my black pen. Hang on. So on this stamp, his nose is quite small, look. So rather than risking it with the Trudy, can you get the flicking look using the watercolour pens? You can, but yeah, I suppose you can. Yeah, just remember the watercolour pens blend more. Yeah. So his nose is quite small, so I'm using a Pigma Micron pen to do his nose, just in the black. It's just easier because it's just got a fine nib. They are on the website. And I'm going to come back to him now, and I'm going to come back to the darker colour, which is 95, and we're going to add some more little flakes. So we're not quite done. I'm not worried about thickness or anything just yet. I'm just literally flicking. It's all about layers of colour, and this is why the ink in these pens is so good. See, that's what happens. I shouldn't have done it. That's what happens when you don't turn your picture around. Oops. He says doing it again. So I'm just flicking again. I know it seems like a long time, but it's not. I've coloured this in really quickly. I would normally spend a little bit longer on that. So, nearly done. I'm now going back in again with what naughty scenes. What am I missing? Bridgerton. You are funny. Oh. Right, so I'm now going back in with the lightest one, and hopefully you'll notice that the bright orange that I put on has now been toned down quite a lot. Oh, that just looks ace. I was a bit naughty there. I came the opposite direction, but that'll teach me. I'm just going to do the back of his ear again. Oh, look at him. Look at him. How fab is that? Sorry if it's gone bright. The sun's glaring. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell everybody. You must remind me to do this. Remember, everybody, if you're watching on the Phill Martin page or the Honeypot Crafts page, I can't see your comments. So you need to log out and then log back in on the Sentimentally Yours page, and then I'll be able to see your comments. I will read them later though, so don't panic. Right, so that's that. Fill on your watercolour pens. Why didn't you put a number or colour? I don't know. You don't really need it on watercolour pens. No, you don't. And to be quite honest, Jennifer, let me just find a pen. I was more bothered about getting the logos and everything on. I suppose I could have got a number 1 or something at the end. Who knows? Maybe there'll be something different to colour in with later in the year or next year. Right, so we're now going to go on to his chest and his face and the tail, because obviously you don't want to leave it pure white. I don't want to leave that pure white because it looks a bit odd, a bit stark. Yeah. Does he look furry? Does he look like he's got fur? Hi Lorraine, just in from work. I know the feeling, darling. I live at it. Jennifer, I've just had an idea. Why don't you just do a little sticker? You can buy them tiny ones that you can print. Who knows, Bev? Who knows? Right, so that's where we're at. We're now going to move on to the greys. So because I'm using reddy brown tones for this, I didn't want to use the blue grey or the green grey. New sparkly pens. Yeah, they are, Jan. These stamps are stunning, and I love the fact that that we can add more to it. Trudy can add more to the range, because there's lots of country bumpkin type animals that we've not covered yet. So anyway, back to where I was. So because I've used browns and red tones to create the fox, I needed to use the warm greys. So the warm greys, in case you don't know, are the ones that have like a beige undertone. So I know it will match. So I've got the warm grey 1, warm grey 2, and the blender colourless. It's just the colourless one, the clear one. And we're going to do the same again, but I'm not going to do lots and lots of areas. I'm just going to do some little flakes, and I'm going on with the first one, the warm grey one first. So this is just to give us the illusion that it's not just a transparent open space. So again, I'm going down, look, which is the direction his fur would go in. And already it looks better just from that one coat. I'll just go over that. There you go. Come on, clear off. And do the same on the tail. So already that looks like it's got dimension to it. I know she does, Bev. Trudy has mentioned it to me. G wants a panda. Oh, Michelle, do you mean the whether to get watercolour or alcohol first? Is that what you're asking, Michelle? So we're going on to warm grey 2 now. No, it's not, Jennifer. You can do your own. Do what Julie has done. The stickers for the watercolour pens were really difficult because you can't print the same colour as a watercolour product because you just can never get it right. So Julia did a little chart for each of her sets using the actual pens, which is obviously more realistic. I could do you one quite easily. Or I'd just start with set 1, Michelle. Start with set 1 and collect them because there are 7. I'm not sure whether we've still got the deal on the website for the whole set. But it's always easier to just start with set 1 and work your way through. Collect them as you go. Right, well, it's sunny here. I don't know whether you can see the sun on my mat, look. That's how sunny it is here. I should have shut the curtains, but then my neighbours would have thought there was something going on. Right, so I'm repeating the same process with the warm grey 2. I'm trying to be quicker because I'm conscious you've all got lives other than watching me. So I'm using less of the warm grey 2, but I will do the edge with the warm grey 2. Okay, we are getting there slow but sure. I'm going back with warm grey 1. I'm not worried about where I'm going with this because where I go over the warm grey 2, it just tones it down a bit. And I'm not filling it in, as I said. I'll show you in a sec. I am leaving some white space. Yep, so now it looks a little bit mucky. Absolutely, Jean. Although they're not that close, so I shouldn't worry really. Yeah. I'll make a blank chart, Jennifer McMullins, and send it to you. You'd have to print it on watercolour card to get the right colours, Bev. Right, so now at this stage I'm going to tone that down, and we're going to do that with the blender. So again, don't colour all the space in, just do the flicks the same. So I'm literally just flicking, I'm not trying to cover anything. I'm just doing the same as I did with the 2 grey pens. And then as that dries, it tones down the grey. Oh, it's lovely. So lovely. And then in the middle of his ear, I've done salmon pink. Look how bright that sun is. So I've just done salmon pink because it's like it's an orangey pink rather than a pinky pink, if that makes sense. So how does he look? Do you know what, that's doing my head in. Remind me not to do one in the evening. We always get the sun on the back of the house in an evening. How about that? Isn't he fab? So easy to do. Easy peasy. Right, so now I've done that. Obviously, if you if you weren't putting him in grass or anything like that, if you were flicking the green up to put him in grass, that's fine. But I haven't on here, so I've just put a little bit of a shadow at the bottom. Just so it's what they call it, grounding, don't they? But it's just literally putting a shadow on so it looks like he's not floating in air. You can see the glossy accents now on the extra bits. And on his nose, can you see his nose? Oh, bless him. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to get on with the card because I'll be here all bloody night and I'm starving. So let me show you where I'm at with the card. You'll be pleased to know I've done a lot of prep. So we've got a, oh, just so you know, this is from the charmed squares, that piece there. So we've got 20 by 20 for our card base. We've got 19 by 19 for the double-sided craft card. We've got whatever I did for that. I can't remember. Oh look, trust me to be awkward. 17.5 for that white piece. And we've got 70, look at that paper. These are amazing. So you've got 17 by 17 for that piece. This piece here, yeah, this corrugated, I'm going to show you. I've got loads of it. Loads and loads of this that I got with something I ordered. And I've kept it because it's really thick. It's really thick corrugated card. But it's a pain in the neck to peel off. So you can see I've left the middle bit because nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to see it, so I don't care. I've just put my ring on. Does it make any difference? Yeah, it does. It makes it a bit brighter. And we're going to do a little bit of distressing on this. So I'm going to leave the craft as it is. I'm using gathered twigs. So gathered twigs, distress oxide. The gathered twigs is one of my favourite browns, as opposed to walnut stain, which is everybody's favourite, but I like gathered twigs. And I'm just going to do a little bit around the edge. Gathered twigs is just a little bit darker, a little bit greyer maybe. So it's like a grey brown rather than a brown, if that makes sense. Like an umber. In fact, he could have called it umber. So I'm just adding a little bit to the edge of these papers. I'm going to do the same with the fox image, but I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. And what it actually does on these is it highlights the stitching from the dies. Oh, that's lovely. Trudy, are you still watching? No, I'm not, Julia. I much prefer this. I much prefer the gathered twigs, and I like brush corduroy as well. Right, so we've just got a little bit around the edges. I don't know whether you can see because it's gone quite bright now. So I'm asking look at this. I'm asking Trudy for her professional opinion on this lovely fox I've got here. Would you put a bit of sky around him, or would you leave him as is? Doesn't matter to me because I've got tumbled glass to hand. I just didn't know whether the blue would look right with these. Christmas is in July, everybody. Well, it's not. It's in December, but the Christmas shows on the craft store are July. Yeah, I like frayed burlap brush corduroy. So I'm leaving that white. That can be stuck on there while I wait for Trudy to tell me. So I'm just putting this on with some glue. Onto the white. It'll be about 6-inch thick, this card, by the time we've done. I need to tell you all, if you're getting these stamps from, I wouldn't with how you've done that unless you are pulling blue in elsewhere. No, I'm not. That's why I left it. I agree. I thought it would look a bit odd. Julia's shows tomorrow on the craft store are 3 PM and 7 PM. If you buy from them rather than me or Julia, I would do it in your first show, because I've already allocated all the stock that we've got spare to the shows, so there's no spare stock for me to give them if they sell out. So I'm just working my way up. Oh, you see, now I'm tormenting myself. I feel like I need a stitch on that. I'm sorry everybody, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Let me just get my white pen. I've got to put a little stitch on this. I'll do it quick. I hope it lines up now because I've done it quick. Yeah, it does. Trudy, I think we should do a little giveaway on your Facebook page of these stamps, the full collection, the papers and all 6 stamps. So please everybody, make sure you're following Trudy. So Trudy Howard, Sentimentally Yours on Facebook. So you'll find Trudy on her own, but then you've got Trudy Howard, Sentimentally Yours. And I'm going to let Trudy do a giveaway with this collection tomorrow evening. So make sure you're following Trudy, and I'll talk to Trudy after I've finished here tonight with what you need to do. But make sure you're following her on her Facebook page. How about that? It's such a good collection. Let's give one away for everybody. Not for everybody, for one person. Yep, so we've got the stitching on there now, and no surprises that this is going on foam tape. Now, have you all bought the craft cardstock from us yet? Because I've had to order more, and I had a massive stock when I ordered the original set, and it's all gone. All gone. So whatever we've got on our shelves is all we've got until the new delivery comes. Right, who's nicked my pokey tool? Where are you, pokey tool? Come on, you'll do. Oh, that's lovely, Jennifer. I'm glad. Well, Trudy's a permanent fixture with us now, so that's good. Just make sure you're following her page. I think it's nice to do a little giveaway every now and again. I mean, obviously, I'll charge somebody for it. Hey Bev, I was too quick to correct it. Free set for everyone. No, free set for one person. And Trudy will do a little competition on her Facebook page. I'll do a little poster for her. Oh, I've just head-butted the camera. Sorry everybody. Oh, it could have been my hair. It's ready for cutting again. Okay, and then the next one, and then we're just going to shabby up this corrugated piece of card a little bit. What time is it? Have I been about 3 hours? Oh no, yeah, we'll edit it out, Beth. No, but I've been an hour. That's quite good. Bit of glue. Remember everybody, you need to be following us Sentimentally Yours, following the live on Sentimentally Yours for me to be able to see your comments, but I will check, and I will eventually get round to sending all them thousands of cards I've got all over the place. Even though Chrissy, bless her, reminds me every week as I ask. I have signed them, Chrissy. We have progressed. I've signed them all and they are at the shop. I've just not picked the winners yet. Look how fab that looks already. I love this colour tone. Love this colour tone. And then we're going to shabby this corrugated card up now. So what I've got is my ever faithful gesso, my white gesso from Indigo Blue. And I'm just going to do some little bits on here. That's the technical term. Where I am if I find my brush. Here it is. So I literally just want to do a little bit around the edges. Don't have to be neat. And then while I've got the gesso out, I'm going to put a bit on my flowers. So that's all I've done with that. Look, just brushed a little bit of gesso on there on the 21st. So the collection I'm bringing out on the 21st of this month is a follow-on to Papillon Paradise. I'll tell you that. So it's a follow-on that you can use with the Papillon Paradise stuff. There are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9. Is that right? 9 new stamps sets. So I've already done my flowers look just because I knew it would take a while. So you can see straight away that colour palette works really well. So I've got the craft card. I've got glue in my nail. I've got the craft card. I've got the new rust, which is one of the new colours. I've got coffee bean, which is the dark brown. And then I've got some of the scraps of paper from the matting and layering I've done on the top there. But I am going to add a little bit of gesso to these flowers just because I can. And I'm not worrying about it being neat. I'm literally just going to dab a bit on. Where's the lid? Not as much as I've got on there. Just to shabby them up a little bit. Oh, it looks so good. Remember, gesso, it's a bit translucent as well, so it does dry a little bit less stark, a little bit less white, although I actually really like it. I can't see what you're saying, but I will have a look in a minute. Just so you know, the brush I'm using is it's a short bristle one. Just gives you a little bit more control. Last one. I'll bring this in and show you in a minute. You could perhaps use this month's for mail cards, Lee. So I'm going to do the same with the leaves. Looks like it's got a fungal infection. Same with the leaves. So if you haven't already got these, this is the Lush leaves. And the Lush leaves and the leafy fronds, the original ones I did, are perfect with the Woodland Friends of Trudies because they're a little bit fatter. There we go. That will do nicely. It's a good job I've got a white desk. So I'm just going to leave all that to dry for a second. Do you want to see what I've done? I did think it would take me about an hour and a half, so I'm not doing bad. That was a good guess. So that's what I've done to these, look. Yeah. So it's just shabbed them a little bit. Shabbed? Is that a word? It is now. And then we'll do the sentiment while we're waiting for these bits to dry. So, exciting news. And Julia, if you haven't got any of these, I would get on the trade site and order them relatively quickly, because I didn't know we'd got them. I thought we'd got none left, and we found a box at the shop, or I did, believe it or not, the other day, that had some of the Ticket Tape-tastic essentials in. Not a lot. Yeah. So the Ticket Tape, let me just turn that light off. So the essentials is the one that's got the happy birthday, blah blah blah, all that, blah blah blah, you're the best, celebrate, and all that. So if you, yeah, absolutely, Caroline, I would agree with that. So if you haven't got the Ticket Tape-tastic essentials, this is probably the last chance to get them. And it's only because we found some in a box. I don't know how they ended up there, but we found some. So I'm going to let you choose, as long as you're quick. We've got two choices with this. We can either stamp and emboss onto white cardstock with the cracked pepper, or we can stamp and emboss onto the craft cardstock with pure white. I'll give you a choice. See what happens in the next few comments while I just get ready. So we're having happy birthday, happy birthday, enjoy. Now let's have with love. Now I'm going to have enjoy. Right, what are you saying? Cracked pepper. Oh, pure white craft card. Oh, you're not really. Second one. Oh my god. Now how do I choose from that? I tell you what. We'll do one of each. So we'll do the happy birthday with cracked pepper, and we'll do the enjoy with white. So anti-static bag, just because I don't want it to go where I don't want it. And we'll do both. We'll do one of each, because we can. Or we could if I had a Versamark. Let's just start throwing it down here. Mr. You'll do what you want anyway, it's true. It's true. So, as ever, Versamark. Make sure you've not got any bits of glitter or paper stuck to your stamp. So I'm inking this up well. Ooh. Just headbutted the camera again, sorry everybody. So that one's going to be cracked pepper, and this one is going to be pure white. So let's see which one we like best. We've got both anyway now. So I'll just get a sheet of paper. Especially if I've got loads of paper just on my desk. I love the cracked pepper, and I just think it's a lovely tone, and it will tone really nicely with Trudies Woodland Friends collection. So cracked pepper for the happy birthday. That's my stomach rumbling. I hope you can't hear it. So that's cracked pepper. And this one is pure white. Actually, you know what? They're both going to match. They're both going to go nicely. Let's save that bit. I just headbutted the camera again. Right, so let's just heat these up. And I am going to heat them up from underneath. Yeah, it sounds like me. I think my heat gun's on the way out. So remember, this will go a lovely translucent dark brown and glossy, which is why I love these embossing powders. It's a really good match as well with the gathered twigs. I'm sorry, I've got to turn it towards me because I can't see where it's going. I'll show you now. There we go. Oh, that looks awesome. So both of these work really well. If I'm honest with you, I think I would have preferred the cracked pepper on white, but I'm not doing it again now because time's ticking on. So I am going to leave a little bit of a white border, just a little bit. That's my stomach again. Let me show you that. There we go. That's a fabulous colour for this kind of project. The head button's not going to do my... Do you know what, Chrissy? I woke up this morning, I thought, oh my god, it's back. And I did have to take a couple of tablets earlier. It's this weather. This weather plays havoc with my head. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. I thought I'd inked the wrong piece then. Okay, so we've now got our two sentiments. We are getting there, everybody. Don't fall asleep yet. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Right. So, do I... Yeah, I am. Sorry, I'm asking myself and answering myself. You know how I do. Just shows you don't throw any of your corrugated packaging away because it's too good. Just hold that till it grabs. Prefer the cracked pepper. Yeah, it's because it's a lovely shade of brown, so I agree. For his eye socket, it's all right, Alison. You can watch it later. It'll stay on the. I'll put it on. I'll put it on YouTube tomorrow as well. Tonight's Facebook. Now Bev's nagged me to death till I did it. So let's just chop some of this. And it's rustic. Oh, they look fab. Look on the bits of corrugated. And to think it was free. Free from packaging. I just thought it's too good. I've got loads at the side of my desk here. It's the first time I've used it right enough. Right, we are nearly done now. It's just the assembly. And then I can go and have my dinner. That looks fab. I will wash that brush afterwards. And if I don't, I'll just take some new ones from the shop. Right, here we go. Let's get this put together. So I'm not going to put the corrugated onto foam tape because it's quite dimensional as it is. It's going on flat. Apologies if you can hear my stomach. I've purposefully not distressed around the edge with the brown gathered twigs. So let's just pop that in the middle. It's not straight, it's not meant to be, but it's shabby. Shabby. So here we go. Let's get this layered up. Then we can put 8 flowers on. Do you know what I love about these stamps? Is whatever colourway you want to do. Like I've obviously chosen darker colours for the fox and for the flowers and everything, but it looks awesome. And if I was doing the bunny, which I'll show you in a minute, I have coloured a bunny in. You can do it in the pastel colours, so you've literally got something for everybody. And I think Caroline's rightly, you could definitely use the fox and the squirrel and the owl. Well, you can use them all actually for masculine cards. You don't have to put so much pretty stuff on like I do. Look how this is coming together. Ain't that just fab? It's about 8-inch thick. It's not really. It's not really. It's not that bad. So we're going to have. Where shall I have that? Shall we have it there? Or shall I have it coming off the page? Oh, Trudy, I can't have happy birthday on. We're not having happy birthday on now because it's too big. Unless I have it there. No. We're just going to have enjoy. Flowers have got to go on first. Priorities. So, flower. I didn't really need the flowers on, but that's just ridiculous if I don't put any on. You can still see them underneath, look. So let's get this stuck on. As ever, glue gel for these. Could do a silver fox, that'll be me. Can you use corrugated card in your honey pot? That's a clever suggestion, Judy. So I've just changed the angle of the flower look, so I'm not covering up the stamp underneath. Clever idea, Judy. I'd probably end up with it all in my craft room at home. I can't even remember what I bought, but it's really good. I don't even tell you on there what that is. It's just really good quality. I thought I'm keeping that. And I'm glad I did. So I'm just going to shape some of the flowers. The leaves, sorry. And then just decide how far round I want them. Yeah, got it. So the orange one's going on the bottom. I'm just holding it till the glue grabs. And then I'll do the same with the brown one. I'm actually going to make the brown one a bit smaller. And I've done what I never ever do. most of you that know me will know that if I've got one leaf going that way, I generally have the other one going that way. But because I've got that lovely stamp there, I didn't want to cover it up. Let's just hold that in place. And then the same on this side at the bottom. Nearly done, and then you can all have your tea. Oops. About there. So I'm just letting the glue grab the corrugated. Because I've got a gesso on as well, it just takes a little bit longer to grab. Sit still. Sorry, you know I'm going to go quiet when I'm doing flowers and leaves. Just holding it. Could use the owl. Yeah, you could definitely use the owl, Bev. Right, flowers on next. And again, I've just changed the angle so I'm not covering up the stamp. I'm nearly done, very nearly done. Do you prefer the evening ones to the daytime ones? I'm not sure whether I do or not. Maybe, I don't know. And then we're just going to tuck. So this is the berry branches. I'm just going to tuck those underneath. Or I will if it does as it's told. You like both? I love any. You are, bless you. Oh, this card is absolutely lush. Trudy, I love these stamps. Right, so let's just see if we can find somewhere to put these. What do you think? I'm not convinced. Could have it there. Could have it there. And there. What do you think? It's a bit of a shame to cover up there. I'm tormenting myself, sorry everybody. Happy birthday at the top, but I'm covering up there. Yeah, we'll do it there, we'll do it there. It's a shame to waste it now I've done it. I'll tuck it underneath. And then we can have enjoy. Enjoy. Yeah, sorted. Sorted. Enjoy. And then I've just got 2 more things to put on and then we are done. And it's just gone jet black in the sky here. So the pearls I've used, let me just bring that in and show you. Oh, what a gorgeous card. I will take a photo of it after we've done, just so you can see this properly. Look how thick it is. So the pearls I've used on here are the caramel shimmer that were on the show last month. You like it without the sentiments? Yeah, I did, but I like the words as well. It's balanced. Yeah, it's balanced. As long as it's balanced, I'm happy. I just didn't want to cover up the stamps, so I'm putting a couple of the little caramel shimmer pearls on, just because we can. Yeah, and I'm going to do this, which I never ever do, with glue gel, but because the corrugated is textured. That's my stomach again. Because the corrugated is textured, it needs to have that extra bit of grab. And we are done. Not bad for a quick card, was it? Although I suppose it wasn't particularly quick. I'm just moving this. It's doing my head in. That's better. Right, here we go. So let's do a little bit closer for you. I told you these stamps are absolutely stunning. How gorgeous is that? I love the shabby with the corrugated and the gesso as well. It just looks fab. So here's all of these stamps. They're just amazing. Trudies just done such a fabulous job with these. So remember to tune in tomorrow at 3 and support Julia. Tomorrow at 3 and 7 on the craft store. Remember, I'm going to let Trudy do a giveaway over on her Facebook page. So you need to make sure you're following Trudy Howard Sentimentally Yours. Just search for her in the search bar. And Trudy will do a little giveaway tomorrow. But how fab is that? Oh, I forgot to show you. Here's the bunny I started, look. Just find something to prim off. That's the bunny I've started. And I have got blue sky in there. So I'll finish this over the next few days and show you what I do with that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you love Trudy's new stamps as much as I do, because I think they're amazing. And so many different ways you can use them. Remember the Ticket Tastic Essentials. We've found a few. So get on the website and order them quickly, because I'm not restocking. It's only because we've found some. So I will post the video for this on YouTube tomorrow, and I will take a proper photograph after I've had my dinner and show you what this looks like once it's all settled. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you for staying for such a long time. Remember to follow me, Julia, the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, and also ask to join our little group. Just search for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. Please agree to the rules, otherwise I will not let you in. And then hopefully we will see you there. So thank you everybody. Tune in for Julia's shows tomorrow at 3 and 7. And I will see you in the Facebook group soon. So thanks everybody. Take care. Bye bye. Who's going to come and tidy all this mess up for me? Pens to put back. Inks to put away. See you later. Draw everybody.